What's going on YouTube? Josh here, 8 o'clock. I just found out there's a leak in my roof and I had a pretty long day at work, but you know, I'm on that hustle. Gotta make that daily video for you guys because that's my new goal here. Today we're talking about when do you have enough side projects to apply to your first job? And I got this question from two people, Christian in Discord and DT playthroughs on YouTube. So they want to know if you can do the fundamentals. And fundamentals I mean like sorting data, doing algorithms. Can you do the bubble sort, where you take some data and you compare it to the next one. If it's greater, then you swap them. If it's greater, then you swap them, and it just kind of bubbles up. So there's like a bubble sort. Can you do fizz buzz, the classic if-else statement? If this fizz, else buzz, or both, then fizz buzz. Like that's a pretty popular one. You need to have some sort of GitHub file showcasing your ability to do functional JavaScript. You're going to need to know .map, reduce the differences between those. They're still going to probably give you a whiteboard test if you're a junior developer, or they'll give you a take-home test. But if you have a GitHub file that shows that you've done some of these problems and you can add some comments to it to kind of explain what each line of code does, not only is it going to help you remember it better, but it's going to kind of show them that you know what you're talking about, what each line of code does exactly. So that's what I would recommend for your first project. So for project 2, this is kind of where you want to showcase your ability. Can you set up a local environment? Can you set up a database? Can you AJAX some data from an API and print that on your page? Can you take some data from a user and push that to a database? Can you update what's in a database? Can you delete stuff in a database? Do you know how a UML works? Do you know how primary and foreign keys work on a database? Can you take all of that code that you've just made and use a version control system like Git or Subversion and host that somewhere? So for project 3, I would say go out there, grab some modern framework, grab a library, and then do everything that you did previously with that framework and with that library. So for example, take React and then take Axios, which lets you go out there and grab data. So use Axios, go out there, grab some data, print it onto your screen using React, and then not only can you show that you can learn a new framework and integrate third-party libraries, but you're also showcasing all your previous skills in addition to that. So for project 4, let's call it project 4. This is kind of where you want some auxiliary skills. Maybe go out there and learn a new language. Maybe make a mobile app, use iOS, use Android. Maybe make a browser game, use Phaser.js. That's a cool library. You can make some cool stuff with that. And that showcases your ability to learn stuff that is totally foreign to you, totally different syntax, and it shows that you're familiar with other concepts in other languages, and that's just it lets them know that you don't have a problem. So if you get a job and you build something for 3 weeks and they're like, yeah, we're using a different library now, showcases your ability. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I've done that before. It's not a big deal. I'm familiar with learning unfamiliar stuff. It's kind of a funny sentence, but that's how it is. So those are the 4 things that I would do in terms of portfolio-wise, project portfolio-wise. You want to have something that showcases your ability to do algorithms, sorting data, the fundamentals of whatever language that you're doing. Obviously, they're gonna probably give you a take-home test or an in-person test, or they're gonna whiteboard you. So this just fortifies your ability to complete those tests with confidence. Project 2, you want to have something using vanilla JavaScript, maybe jQuery. We're talking about JavaScript here since it's web development. Maybe jQuery and maybe AJAX, some data. Set up a local environment, something that they can download and set up on their machine and then just test and run, and it works perfectly. Then another one where you go out there and grab a framework and a library, something modern that people are using, and integrate everything that you just did with those two. So grab the framework, grab the library, React, Axios, integrate those, and do exactly what you did with the previous project. Maybe make it look a little bit different, but that's all you need there. And then finally do an auxiliary project. Learn something totally foreign to you. Make a mobile app, make a little in-browser game, make a desktop game, try Unity or Unreal, something like that. Just showcase your ability to learn topics that aren't your niche, because you're going to be doing that a lot anyways throughout your career. All right, part 2 of this video. What are some good places where you can find some projects if you don't have any ideas? So we got udemy.com, not sponsored by them or anything. You can go to the development and then sort by free, and there's like 950 of them, I think. They range from all levels. You got your basics, from zero to hero, web development. I'm sure there are a bunch of other ones in there. Just enroll in it, it's free. Look at the curriculum, find a project that you think is interesting, and then follow along, put your own twist on it, or maybe combine a project from one course with a project from another course. and see how that works out. You can also go to YouTube. There's a couple people I like to look at. You got Mackenzie Child, who does this 12 on 12, 12 in 12 Ruby on Rails challenge, where he does a different Ruby app every week. We also have Dev Tips. He has some cool projects that he's done, like a parallax tutorial. So if you're more front end or design, he has this really cool parallax tutorial using Sass, which is pretty modern. You also have Codecademy. They have some partially free courses. They can take you most of the way, and then you just kind of finish it on your own. But generally, I just go to Udemy and I enroll in a free course that looks interesting, look at the projects like, oh, I'd like to try that out, and then compare it with something else, and then boom, done. You also have all the other free ones like Lynda, Coursera, Pluralsight, all those places. So maybe in the future, I'll do something similar where I make a project and then you guys can follow along with it, and I'll just have a link to my GitHub and I'll update it, and then you guys can just download it and follow along. We'll have to start at the basics. I'm sure there are people that watch this that are more on the advanced side of things, but I don't want to leave anyone out, people especially that want to learn. So we'll probably start at the basics, and then we'll move to more advanced over time. And if you follow along, hopefully everything makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just hop in that Discord. Gotta plug the Discord. While I was hanging out in there, feel free to ask questions, drop some video ideas. This is where I got this, people asking questions, and instead of, well, I do answer them, but I also make a video out of it because I think they're good questions and it can help more people. So be sure to check out that Discord. If you guys want to see more of these videos, hit that little subscribe button and daily videos. So I'll see you tomorrow.